Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Today, I'm with Amy, and this is another installment of the Trailblazers We Love webinar series. My name is Andrew Duncan with Cloud Adoption Solutions. Amy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Andrew. Anything for Shannon.
Yeah, of course, right? That's what everyone says. No, we're really so excited to have you here, and Shannon just really admires you. So this is going to be a great conversation. So maybe we can start with you just telling us how you got started in the ecosystem. Like, what was that first step you took, and how did you end up here?
Sure. So I think that my story might be quite similar to a lot of people in the ecosystem in that it was kind of an accident. I was in sales. I was one of the rare sales reps that actually loved putting my data into Salesforce.
Yeah.
And so, I was seeing results from that. I was making more sales. I was killing my quota, and I became kind of like a poster child internally for the secret sauce, right? And I was like, nope, I literally just put it in this thing. It tells me when to call someone, and there I am. So I then went to work for another company that did not have Salesforce. And I can't tell you like the heartbreak that it caused me. I went to my manager and I said, if you do not change what we're doing, meaning by Salesforce, I'm going to pull out every hair on my head in your office. So please make a change. So they did it. They bought it. And then they came to me and said, guess what? You're the only one here that's ever used it. So you're going to help this consultant figure out how to implement it. And out of my mouth came, sure, why not? But in my mind, I'm going, what did you just agree to? You're an idiot. And I loved it. The implementation went great. I trained everybody and asked to be the admin, and was told, no, silly girl, you're going back to sales. This is going to IT. So I kind of bucketed my Salesforce dreams, but it was always in my brain. And I've said it several times over the years. It just kind of scratched an itch in my brain that I didn't know existed, right?
Sure.
So
yeah.
I tried to find a way to make this path. I wasn't in tech. I didn't know how to do it, or if I was even qualified to do it. And I live in Ohio, so there wasn't really a concept back then of Ohana and the larger Salesforce ecosystem. I had no clue. So I just took a chance and quit my job, changed my resume, put it out there, and lucky for me, within 2 weeks, I was contacted by a recruiter, was on my first Salesforce project at, GE Lighting in Cleveland. So it happened that fast. And I just made the decision and jumped in, and here we go.
Here we go. Yeah, that's fantastic. And as someone who's really plugged into the Salesforce community and very active, what is to you your favorite Salesforce resource? What's a place for someone who's learning and is new? What's a place where they should go?
Well, new people, I always give them two pieces of advice. First, join Twitter, because that's where everybody is. Even, the mass exodus that happened a few months ago with the changes, but we're still on there. That's a great way to make connections, and it's really low barrier to entry in as far as you start following people who you look up to or you want to connect with, and we're all open. That's how I started my career. I had my little list of Salesforce rock stars and followed them on Twitter, and I would DM them and they would respond. And so now, all these years later, not only are we friends, but, we help each other strategize, we help each other get jobs, things like that. So that's the number one thing I can, piece of advice I can give to newbies. And then of course, Trailhead is a great resource when you're starting out and trying to get your hands around the platform and understand things. And then me farther in my career, now I love, I'm not so much hands-on keyboard anymore these days, but my favorite site to go to is Unofficial SF.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the solutions that they come up with. It's a bunch of, ex Salesforce and just people active in the community coming up with great solutions. So
Yeah, absolutely. And as someone who is like an admin extraordinaire, like you've seen everything, like what is like the best kept Salesforce like product secret? Like what is something that you think, okay, like every business should be using this, people aren't utilizing this enough?
I'm going to say something very controversial right now. I was lucky enough to start my career immediately jumping into consulting, right? So as a result, I've been exposed to a ton of different orgs.
Yeah.
I would say the most underutilized Salesforce feature or functionality or product is core, just basic out of the box Salesforce, what it's supposed to be used for. I can't tell you how many times I see an org and it's been customized to death and it does all these great things and they don't even have like the sales path set up. Like it's just little things like that that are overlooked for the next new thing. You know, the release comes out. Oh, we got to implement this. Well, your foundation is broken.
Right.
And so let's start there. So I think that's the best kept secret of Salesforce is core functionality.
Yeah, that's a wonderful response and one we haven't heard yet. So yeah, I love like the back to basics. That sounds great to me.
It does a lot out of the box, and I don't think people realize that, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree. It's a fantastic notion. As someone who's like really plugged into like the Ohana, the community, I know that you know a lot of people in Salesforce. You know, what's a prediction from you? Like, where do you see Salesforce going in the next couple of years? Even just a small prediction it's great.
Yeah, I think that, I guess it's probably clouded by my vision and my interest right now is AI.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to really, you know, Einstein Prediction Builder was kind of that little taste. And, you know, even that is some people are having a hard time wrapping their minds around or getting a useful experience from it. But I think all of the advancements in just the past 3 months in AI, I'm very excited to see what happens with Salesforce. I'm longing for the day, and maybe this already exists, I don't know, or somebody can make this exist with ChatGPT, but I want to be able to dictate my tasks into Salesforce and not even open my laptop. You know what I mean? So
yeah, really cool. Yeah.
I think something like that, I think it's going to really help automate a lot of salespeople's jobs, I'm hoping, for the better.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds great. And I know AI plays a really big role in the way that we're like kind of looking at our sales processes in the future. So hopefully Salesforce is like a big part of that. Be great. So as far as like outside of Salesforce, like do you have any hobbies or is there like a book you're reading or anything that you like can give a recommendation on that you're like, hey, this is really cool and I like this?
I'm like kind of obsessed with AI at the moment. Like that's got all of my brain power, and anybody that's ever met me for even half a second or follows me on Twitter understands my love for Michael Jackson.
Sure.
So there's actually a marriage of AI and Michael Jackson on YouTube that I follow. It's JG Vision Media, and they take lyrics to the song and every image is generated by AI. So you get this kind of reimagined, it's very creepy.
Sure.
Some of the images are very creepy, but you know, like Billie Jean, the AI generated video for Billie Jean is captivating and mesmerizing to me. So that's kind of where my interests are right now. I'm just fascinated with the change in AI and everything that it can do and trying to wrap my mind around that.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting. That's for sure. For the people who are watching this, we'll add a link so that you can see the Michael Jackson AI videos. And then if you want to reach out to Amy and talk about it,
how you like it.
Yeah, somebody's gonna like it. Someone out there will like it. Absolutely. Well, Amy, tell us where you're going to be next. Like, what are you going to be up to? Where can people find you? Or what events are you going to?
Yeah, I'm very saddened to learn that my favorite Salesforce event, India Dreamin', was just announced, but I'm not able to make it. It's going to be at the end of April, so I won't be there. So I don't know what my plans are yet for the summer. I haven't made my really solidified plans. My own state is having a Dreamin' event for the first time, and I'm not going to be able to go to that because of vacation, but everyone can always find me on Twitter. and LinkedIn for sure, or just directly. I'm, very responsive, as anyone will tell you.
Yeah, that's great. And we'll put links to all of your social media down below so that everyone can reach out to you. But Amy, thank you so much for being here. Like, it's been really nice to talk to you. And I just hope that our viewers, just listen to this conversation and feel inspired. So yeah, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. It was fantastic.
Yeah, and everyone back at home, my name is Andrew with Cloud Adoption Solutions. One more time, a 100% women-owned Salesforce partner. If you have Salesforce needs or questions, please reach out to us. If you have questions for Amy or you want to connect with her online, please do. But otherwise, have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for being here.